Alright, welcome back to the next episode of March Mad Hatter Plays Outer Wilds, and we are just going to immediately pick up where we left off. And we are going to head out to the Ember Twin again, because we need to get there. We have now confirmation, deadly confirmation, that the sand does rise in a way that prevents your exploration of the planet. The game design is just amazing. It does make it a frustrating challenge, but it's a fascinating challenge. I think this blue light is what we're looking for. Yeah, I can definitely see the pod from here. Let's see if we can land somewhat safely. Let's hit our landing cameras. And up. And down relatively safely. Okay. We will call that a win. And we will not jump out without our suit. I would check our log, but unfortunately, time is of the essence. Okay, let's get started. Let's get up and in here before we get buried alive. I'm basically asking to get buried alive again, but at least I will survive the process in one way or another. Alert collision imminent, preparing for impact. So what's going on here? Hang on. Escape pod 2, mortally injured, emergency sequence activated, and awaiting departure. And now launching and then preparing for impact on this planet. Scanning external environment, scanning complete. External temperatures prohibitively high, verdict inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on the planet's surface. So you basically crash landed here, and there was nothing you could do. Okay. The heat from this star system's sun is more bearable below the surface. Okay. When our escape pod punctured this planet's surface, it broke into what scans show is a cave system with much cooler air. I would recommend we seek a site down there to build a long-term shelter, Anona, but these passages are a maze. If I'm gonna have to go cave spelunking with rising sand. That's gonna be the challenge here. That is very daunting. Even with this danger, they are still our best chance for survival. We'll form teams and descend into caves to look for a shelter site. We can mark our findings on the walls to avoid becoming irreversibly lost. Be cautious, everyone. And be aware of the sand as you search. It appears to be rising gradually. Yeah, I figured as much. Although, there is something else to be taken from this. The sand was rising even in the time of the Nomai. I don't like how dark this is. Fortunately, we have a flashlight that we can use. There's a lot here to read. Emergency escape hatch. We have found an enormous cavern at the end of this passage that appears promising. I believe we could construct long-term shelter there. The cavern Meleray found is a wise choice for shelter. Could one of you mark directions for the others to follow? This is the start of the path to the shelter site. I've left directions to guide you there. Of note, we must hurry as the pathway there is filling with sand. Do not allow yourself to be buried by sand and make sure no one is lost. I will definitely do what I can, but I do definitely want to read everything that I can. Do not follow this tunnel to its end. Coleus and I will examine the horror that lies at its terminus later, provided we live through this. Okay, I will take your advice and avoid the horror. That sounds like a good plan. Keep moving, friends. There is nothing of interest at the end of this passage but rocks. And while rocks are interesting, they can wait until a less urgent time. I completely agree with that. That can, I think, all wait until next time. Let's hear. Of note, this passage leads to breathable air. Refill your supply tank there. We cannot tell how far or deep these tunnels may wind, but do not linger as the area is exposed to the heat of this alien sun. Is the heat actually going to bother me? I mean, it shouldn't, because I've been out on the surface already. Oh, that does not sound great. Now we get to see this whole thing from this side. Refill your air supply tank and return to it quickly. Okay, so there's a bunch of different places I could go immediately, but I think the one I want to check is not the horror, not the rocks, and I feel like that direction also could have gone along further, but this place seems like it's going to be the most interesting, this shelter site. Okay. Okay, I want to make sure that I don't fall off into anything. I feel like there's too many branching paths for me to keep track of here. Okay, that doesn't let me over, at least not easily. So I guess if that is a place we need to go, we'll have to figure out how to do it later. The path to the shelter site is somewhat convoluted, so follow the instructions ahead closely. To reach the shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Continue to the room filled with rock column formations and climb upward through the opening above them. The sand here is rising, so you must be cautious but swift, okay? Until you meet this sandfall at the pit. I think I see that from here. Then turn left. Continue to the room filled with the rock column formations and climb upward. Okay, so sandfall pit, left to rock column formations. Does this count? This is it. And then climb upward. Here. Okay. Where do I go from here? I guess in the only direction I can. Okay. A lot of winding paths here. Be cautious crossing the chasm ahead. The bridge Meller and I crafted will do its job, but it isn't strong. Once on the far side, look for the tunnel hidden behind the falling sand. Follow it and you'll reach the shelter site. The bridge is out. And if I hit that, I'm going to fall all the way down, which does not sound appealing. I could try to jetpack it, but I am... Honestly, if it weren't for the sand, I would not be concerned about this, but... Okay, let's line this up. Okay, that wasn't so bad. You're doing well. There's only a little further left to go now until you reach the shelter site. You can rest there. Hurry before the sand comes. I am doing everything I can, man. Okay, I do not want to fall. I also do not want to hit those cactuses. Alright, let's back up. Let's see if we can make this. Okay. Oh, okay. Which way do we go? Oh, there's writing up here. This is amazing. Look inside the cave. How did this come to rest here? We haven't encountered others in these caves. I think this is a rare find. From what we can see, Coleus and I believe the specimen must be very old indeed. Imagine what we might learn if we could examine it. We both agree it's unlikely this dry planet was this horror's place of origin. Oh no. Especially considering what we observed during the vessel's evacuation. Clearly this hole is too small for it to have fit through. Hypothesis, there is another entrance to this cave. If there is, Coleus and I will find it. We can't leave valuable information undiscovered. An update, we need to find a way inside quickly, Malarai, because when I returned here to search for an entrance to the cave, there were children playing on the specimen. What? Uh-oh. I've seen that. It's definitely dead. Okay. Alright. That is not too horrifying. It does confirm that these things aren't just around on in the dark bramble space. They're also just randomly elsewhere. Although they did say it wasn't native to here specifically. Yeah, this horror's place of origin. And there's writing down there, but I can't get past this little groove here. Okay, I guess that's all I can do. What's through here? 60 seconds? Where can I find trees? Oh, thank heavens. That is literally a breath of fresh air. Okay. Here's more writing over here. Should we build the sun station to power the Ash Twin project? Are there other ways to generate this level of power? Theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine anyone discovering them in our lifetimes. I understand this proposal is unsettling, but the sun station must be built if we hope to complete the Ash Twin project. Okay. I almost can't comprehend this is being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to, and everything we believe in as a species. If we fail, and the possibility of this is not insignificant, we will without question destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of the star system. I wish to protect these species. The potential annihilation of an entire star system is too severe a cost. We shouldn't build the sun station, no matter how badly we want the knowledge that comes with it. Fear of failure is a poor reason not to try. I believe if we're curious, the sun station will work. I believe in pi. Okay. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, dear. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? I'm gonna have to rewatch this to figure out what I just read. Here's something. Gravity cannon? Alright, we'll take the gravity cannon. As long as it's further up. Is there any way this is further up? Let me just make sure that there's no other... doesn't look like there's much of another way out. Through here? I don't want to go down there. Oh, this is definitely a dead end. I do not like how close I'm getting to the ceiling. Let's come up here. I guess we could go a little further up. Ghost matter. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. But there are other things that could be dangerous here. Oh, blessed sky! Okay, let me out of this. And land wherever I can without completely damaging myself. Okay. Sand is still rising, but at least I've got an open sky above me. Okay, the sand's still pouring on. Man, I don't even know. I guess we can explore whatever this is. Although something tells me the interesting bits are already buried. It definitely looks like the same braided structure we saw on the orbital probe cannon. Okay. I'm not even sure where I'm going. I feel like I missed the opportunity to see whatever is there. Oh, that is very red and swollen. And this guy's almost out of sand. And it's coming right to me too, so that's like not ideal. It occurs to me that there was something interesting around Ember Twin's equator. And if this pillar is the same on this side, we might be able to find whatever that interesting thing is just by following the pillar of sand. Let me get on to higher ground though, so that I can see a little bit further than I currently can. Oh wow, that's where we started. Look how much. Wow, it's buried all the way up to here. And still rising. The distress beacon is completely covered. Our ship does seem to be rising with the sand though, so that's a good thing. Let's hop back in here, grab some more fuel, and then see if we can find this pillar of sand so that we can let's head back to the equator here. Of course I have a mini-map. I'm gonna get just sucked into the sun. Stay down, stay down. That is really uncomfortably close. Okay. I don't have to follow a pillar of sand to stay on the equator. More of those mirror things. What is this? And that. There's a lot of stuff here. feels like it's probably significant in some way. My scout is just seeing static, I think probably because I shot it down below in the caves and it just got busted. Or that would have been my explanation, but it seems to be fine here. But I can't make heads or tails of whatever this is. Let's figure out what's going on over here. Just a sand crevasse. Okay, let's check our mirrors. Oh, Jiminy, that is just way too red and swollen. And I think our time here is done anyway. Look at this. This is what Ash Twin looks like without any sand. Very neat. What do we have here? The Sunless City, 300 meters. This direction? Well, that's not a direction I can go. Note, this door will need to remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on the extraordinary findings from the Whitehall station. Rami and I will be running this experiment until one of us, specifically me, can prove the other wrong. So although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed by the path from the Sunless City. Inviting sand inside would disrupt our setup and could have enormous consequences. We realize this is an intriguing prospect, but the door must remain closed nonetheless. An update, the High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help, or even just to observe, be sure to use the Sunless City path. Okay. Alright. I have no idea what to do or where to go next, I guess. I think I'm gonna have to stop there and rewatch this video in order to try to kind of get my bearings and process some of that my text that I sort of sped through in order to try to get through everything. And try to get through the whole process before I was crushed with sand. So, thank you guys for watching. I think we'll quit here, and I'll see you in the next one.